So right now it's 8 in the morning, which it means my better half is already off to work, and yes, he has to work. I have to stay home. So probably my days, what I do is I woke up, I always go to my phone, but trust me, it's not social media. I typically just go to see the news, and then I typically just read a little bit just to really enrich my mind with wonderful thoughts, and definitely just getting into the productive vibe. That's basically what I like to do in the morning. Now it's basically just do a little bit of housework, which I love montage, by the way. And then don't worry, I'm gonna sit down and talk to you guys about my 5 great recommendations to watch right now. Needed to get it out of my system. Forget it. And finally, we're on the reason of this video, which is to give you guys my 5 recommendations to watch in this lockdown. So the first one is on Netflix and it's called Pandemic. Now this is crazy that this document series started just as this coronavirus also has. So it really opens up your eyes because it shows you how basically just everyday heroes battle this outbreak. In this case is influenza, which crazy enough, if you put it up today, it's gonna be the coronavirus. And it just really makes you see what are the cause and consequence about this, and also how they're dealing with the fact that they have to maybe in the future prevent a global outbreak as well, which is crazy because it's what we are dealing today. Now if you are sensitive when it comes to animals and just poverty, just how people live, this series is gonna hit you right here. And but it's great to see it because it really opens up your eyes why we also are the cause of these viruses and how we can definitely prevent this from getting worse than it has, which unfortunately right now I think we never knew that this was gonna be an epidemic that it has become. So again, you need to watch it. It's gonna give you just a new life perspective of what you have to value and what you have to change to make this world definitely a better place. Now another one, which this is so out of the spectrum, and is Love is Blind. Now this one is also from Netflix. Now this is more like kind of like a cheesy, very intensely tragic and yet again riveting, and is about this group of men and women. They actually have to date and engage in conversations without seeing each other face to face. And what's funny is that after 10 days they have to choose whether they want to get engaged with this person or if they want to get the hell out of there. I found it really funny and really stupid as well, but it's so addictive. So if you really like reality television, if you like The Bachelor, like those sort of types of shows, you might love this. I'm not a fan of those, but I have to honestly say that I was really entertained. So if you don't, I mean, if you do want to get out of the crazy situation we're living in and you want to laugh a little bit, then obviously I recommend this, because this is just pure reality TV at its highest. Now another series that I have been starting to watch and I really have been enjoying it is I'm Not Okay With It, and it's actually is this teen girl who actually doesn't get well in life, and also the fact that she has superpowers doesn't help. It's funny because it reminds me a little bit of Juno and Scott Pilgrim, which with a little bit of Carrie in it. I don't know, I think it's crazy, it's really innovative, it's different. So definitely if you're looking for something like really twisted, I think like this series is all for you. And I love the girl in it. I know she's the one from It, the redhead. I cannot seem to get the name, but I love her on it, and I really love the cast as well. So it's really fun, it's really entertaining. And again, if you really are looking for something really unexpected with a really funky and very, I don't know, like with no sense at all comedy, you have to watch this show. It's kind of funny. Now finally, another one that I have been watching. Now this one is kind of like the geek in me, is Year Million. Now this one you can actually find it on Disney Plus. I believe it's from National Geographic, and that one is quite cool because it's definitely science fiction, but it does show you, again, in a way of a document series, that how artificial intelligence can in a way help us in the future, but it could also wipe us off the earth, which is quite crazy because I don't know, I have always been like a huge fan of Terminator and all this crazy like out of the future reality kind of movies. But then again, it always makes you wonder, like, why would it happen if actually artificial intelligence became more intelligent than us? So it's quite astonishing, and I really love the effects and the music that they use. So again, if you really like science fiction, if you really like the unknown or how the world is going to end, if we're talking about technology wise, then obviously you have to watch that. It's really good. And another one that I'm so happy that it came back is actually Forensic Files 2. Now if you're a 90s kid and you used to have cable or satellite back then, you have to be watching Forensic Files on HLN. My mom, since I was a kid, she always was watching this show, which actually they last like half an hour, and they talk about a crime, how they solve it, and how obviously it was solved because the forensics. Now they recently came up with a new reload of the show. Now unfortunately it isn't Peter Thomas, which we all put on a pedestal, but it's narrated by someone else. But of course, I'm sure, well, I don't know if he's dead. I don't want to say that without being like absolutely sure, but then again, that show is quite old, so might be. Either way, I'm so happy that it came back. And of course, I'm just a true crime forensics kind of a gal, so I do like to watch those shows all the time. So you can obviously, like, I cannot hide my excitement when they came up this February. So they always have 2 new ones every Sunday, I believe, or Saturday. Either way, if you have never watched Forensic Files, I think they're on Netflix, but of course the new ones I actually are on HLN. So yeah, those have made me really happy because I love that show since 20 years ago, I might say. Well guys, this was it. Yep, like always, everything is going to be linked below. I definitely love that you enjoy this kind of like a little bit of a vlog in sort of like a day in my life, and then a review at the end. It's kind of like a 3-in-1 video, but of course I'm getting creative with this lockdown, which is great because I'm just home. I'm okay, my family's okay, and I feel like that is all that matters. So please, please, please try to do this as well. If you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the people you love, for your elderly, for the little ones. So just keeping cautious of that. There's gonna be another time where you can go to the beach, where you can go to the movies, where you can just go and hang out with your friends. I mean, you can still keep in touch with all the people that you love. It just has to be a little bit of a distancing, and trust me, it's gonna be worth it. But nonetheless, like always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week with a video, which I'm sure I should do the makeup one, but because I haven't received the products that I was using for, that's why you have this video instead, which I hope that can fill up the hole that I left you. Ooh, wasn't that profoundly unnecessary? Mwah.